So, after 5 months of hard work, we are so close to getting this thing on the road for its first proper drive. So with the mammoth task of taking an engine out, swapping it to a new one, we finally, in the last video, got our first bit of movement with the car. So the first thing we need to get doing is sorting out all the wiring harness that runs around the car. And if you remember, that plug that I bent the pin in, so let's get to that. What I've found with most of these wires is the plugs are different, so you can't really go wrong with what goes where. Right, so we've done that side. We're now working on this side, but obviously we've got this sensor to sort out. It's so hard to see, but if you can see that bottom right pin, it's slightly bent. So I was trying to do it while it was on the car and it just weren't working. So I'm gonna do it on the bench. Right, the pin's nice and straight. So now that just should, he says, it did earlier. Oh dear. No, it did go in. It was just me being an idiot. But yeah, that's sorted. Now we can move on to the rest of the wiring. So to finish all that up, I had to fit the crash bar, which just slots straight into place, along with the horns that sit on the crash bar, and then I could move on to the washer bottle and air ducting. And while I was busy doing this, something turned up outside. There's my dad with the bonnet and bumper. So with the front end pretty much all complete now, and the bonnet here, we could then finally fit the scuttle panel and then bring the bonnet in to give it a test fit. So yeah, a nice delivery from my dad, and he's helped me chuck this bonnet on, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's very loose fit at the moment. It's literally just bolted roughly to the hinges, and we've got an evenish gap both sides, but yeah, pretty good. We're just going to keep it loose for now, so spot on. But before we can test fit that bumper, we've got a few more things we need to do. All the wires are sorted down here. Got to get this slant panel finally on for the final time, hopefully. Headlights in. Let me think. I've got some of the foam left. I'm going to have to get some more, but we'll see what we can do just for now, because obviously everything's got to come back off for paint. But let's get to it. So now we've got that top slant panel on, we can move on to the headlights, which brings me back to these things. You might remember back in episode 1, when I was stripping the car, I struggled to get these headlights off. And that's because these stupid clips, these captive nuts were spinning, and they've actually, most of them are broke now. So, been down to actual mini BMW to get the parts, as these are them, and they're adjustable for the headlight angle. These were £6 each. Online, off eBay, these are 18 quid, like for one. Like, who made that price up? Why didn't they check how much they were from the dealer? But yeah, £6 each, you need 6 of them. So let's get them on, let's get these headlights on, and then we'll go from there. So it turns out this light is actually missing a bracket, so I'll have to plastic weld a bracket on. I think actually, thinking of it, I have seen that bracket somewhere. So yeah, can't fit that light today, but this light is nicely done up. Now this is some mega progress. Really starting to come together now. Before I leave today, I'm just going to do something. I mean, it's only rough. It's literally just pushed up against it. Let's shut this bonnet. Just gently. Shit. Now look at this. Oh my God. This is gonna look stupid driving around like this. So yeah, that's just an idea for you, what it's going to look like soon. I can't wait. I can't wait to drive around like this because this is going to look funny. But that's all I've got time for today. So I'm going to come back tomorrow, and carry on. We're back and it's another horrible, wet, cold Sunday. But nevertheless, we've got stuff to do on the Mini. Like put some of the plastic trims onto the bumper in the engine bay, and some other little bits before we can actually take this thing out. So we've got the bumper on its front, we've got these bumper supports, a couple of these grills to fit in. I've only got one of these lower grills because obviously in the crash mine got absolutely obliterated. I have ordered this big midsection that holds the number plate, but it's not here yet, so can't fit that just yet. But I don't really want to put too much on because obviously this bumper is going to have to get painted. Starting off on the right hand side of the bumper, I fit the grille that lets air through to the secondary radiator along with the support, and then doing the exact same on the other side, and then I'll move on to the chrome strip because I want to wrap that a different colour. It was then time to fit up the wiper blades. And you may remember me mentioning plastic welding that light. So here is me plastic welding that light with a TikTok shop plastic welder. And I can't lie, it's brilliant. But with that bracket welded on, of course the light fit perfectly. It was then just a case of drop the bonnet, make sure it doesn't catch the lights, and step back and admire my work. This is the last bit of graft I'm going to be doing on this car for 2024 because I'm pretty busy after Christmas. But just to top it off, we've got some goodies we can fit to the bumper, and I'll show you what they are now. So first off, we've got there they are, 12 package. We've got the all black number plate plinth that was obviously not part of that bumper and absolutely destroyed on mine. We've also got the chrome trim that I took off the other day. I've wrapped it red, so nice little touch. And then finally, we've got, let's get this out of the way. A nice gloss black grille surround that we can fit up. But of course, to fit that, I've got to take the old stuff off. And this chrome grille, let me tell you, they don't make it easy to get these tabs off. At least putting it back on is much easier. I'm an absolute idiot. I've just put all that grille on, and that's meant to be fitted first. Oh my god. Yep, like an absolute tool, I didn't realise that went on first, so I had to undo all the clips once again. Okay, that was long, but after taking everything off once again, here is the final product. This thing is going to look crazy when it's all put together. We're going to have 4 different colours. We've got the roof, the body colour, the black bonnet, and an aqua blue bumper. But, oh well, that is me done for 2024, I think. We've done quite a lot this year, and to say I'm proud is fair enough, I think. We've done a lot. So the next clip will be 2025, getting this bumper on, and we're going for that drive. I lied, it's New Year's Eve, and I got myself a Christmas present from me to me, just to put on the car, so I couldn't help myself and come back and fit it. I've probably got bigger things to be worrying about, but I couldn't help myself and get a nice little raised bonnet scoop. And while I was here, I couldn't resist but put that bumper on just to see what it would look like. This thing is going to look stupid on the road. It's going to look like some kind of budget track car thing. I think it would be a bit rude not to put her outside now and admire it that way. Now that is something I'm pretty proud of. There's one thing actually, it'd be rude not to put on, is the engine cover. Pretty sure it just, you tap it on. Hang on, I need 2 hands for this. And there we go, it does just push on, you just needed 2 hands. Right, this is officially the last clip of 2024, as it is New Year's Eve. And hopefully this weekend, I wanted to get this bumper on, because we're taking it home. We're going to get an MOT, we're going to get it aligned, and we're going for a proper road test. I can't wait. There's a few things missing, like the air intake plastic there, obviously the plastics up here, got no arch liners in, a few pieces of plastic on the bumper, but all that can be fitted at a later date when it turns up. Some's on order, so yeah, the next clip will be next year. The JCW has made it home. We've just got one thing left to do, and that's the MOT tomorrow. And hopefully, what I'm doing now, if this focuses, I've got to reset the steering angle sensor because I've just had this thing tracked and I've got an issue with that. But obviously it needs resetting, so we'll see how that goes. Right, she's been dropped off. Ready for that MOT. Let's see if she passes. So now I'm back to on my 10 toes, so let's go kill some time.
1 hour later.
Spot on. We have passed its MOT. We've only got 2 minors. So we've got a tyre slightly cracked and perishing at the rear, and then a windscreen chip, which I've never noticed, but I can get that sorted. And the tyres, I was going to change them anyway. So time to give this thing a drive. And here we go. She's finally on the road, looking a bit mismatched, but as you can see from the weather, it's not exactly ideal for the first proper test drive, but we'll see what we can do. Finally, we're on our first drive with the JCW, and it's been a few days, so I have been driving it, but this is going to be its first proper test on camera, and already I can tell you It feels amazing. I absolutely love this car already, and it's not even finished. Already, when I'm driving this car, it takes me back to when I was 17. I had a Mini, just a normal one, and my dad had just bought a JCW, and he let me have a drive of it. And the first time when I took this out, instantly, I haven't even properly put my foot down in it, but it just feels exactly how I remember it. And yeah, there's just something about a fast Mini that I think anyone who drives one, it just puts a smile on your face. There's no knocks, there's no bangs, nothing. The steering feels great. Obviously it passed its MOT, so that's always a good sign of the car's alright. But yeah, just sits at temperature lovely, touch wood. But yeah, real good cruiser. But as soon as we get some open road, we'll give it a test. So this is in normal mode at the moment. I don't know how much you'll be able to hear of the car on the GoPro, but bit of spin. Yeah. There's so much like air intake noise coming from the front. You've got the exhaust that's still standard at the back. Yeah, I love this car already. It's great. Hope you can hear what I can hear in the cabin. It's so good. It's so good. So I've just flicked it into sport, which stiffens a bit of everything. More throttle response. Spin. Out the back, it's so good. I absolutely love it. One thing I love about any Mini I've drove, it's just how usable the power is constantly. I absolutely love bendy roads. They grip so well. I think we can say, I think we've built a good car here, and I'm so glad I took that risk. So glad. And here we are then. I honestly thought we were never, at one point, going to see this day of this thing driving again for its first time. But I think this really proves some hard work and some dedication beats everything. So many people thought, nah, he ain't doing this. But we proved them wrong and we've got it on the road. And what a car it's turned out to be. And it's not even finished yet. So make sure you stick around, because in the next video, obviously, we're hoping this is going to get painted. We're going to finish it off with some small missing parts, as you can probably see already, and some modifications, hopefully. So stay tuned, because I said this was the cheapest John Cooper works. And in the next video, once it's all painted, I'll have the final figures. We can actually find out if this really is the UK's cheapest John Cooper works. So drop a subscribe, make sure you follow all my socials, and I'll catch you in the next one.